Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Peninsula Angling Club training videos. We are actually very close to getting to the point where you can go and stand next to the water and try to catch a fish. Right now, though, this is Chapter 2, Episode 4, and we are going to be making our leader line. Now, the South African Freshwater Bank Angling Federation rule on leader line is very simple. Your leader line, one, may not be made out of braid. Fire line, spider line, braid, none of that. You're not allowed to use it. Normal fishing line is the only thing that you're allowed to use. And it may not exceed double the length of your fishing rod, including, and this is important, including the longest trace you have in your tackle box. In other words, your trace that you're fishing with and your leader line combined. Now, and keep in mind, the rule specifically states the longest trace you are fishing with. The longest trace in your fishing box, in your tackle box, plus the length of your leader line may not exceed double the length of the rod you are fishing with. And keep in mind, your leader line includes any step that you might put in between your leader line and your main line. Today we're going to be making a leader line. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot stress this enough. If you are casting and you are finding that you are breaking leader line, get a thicker leader line. Honestly, the formula is very simple. If you are breaking leader line on a regular basis, then you move up to the next thickness in line. Really, there is no reason to arrive at a competition and be breaking leader line while you're trying to win a competition. If you're doing it socially, nobody can complain at you. Honestly, if you're at club level arriving and you break a leader line, you know what? We all do it. Really, we all do it. It's just that if you're doing it competitively, then you need to be switching up. You need to be punching through and take your game to the next level. Right, so most 12-foot rods are going to be very forgiving in terms of length. So the front portion of your leader line, you're going to make 5 meters long. You might have to adjust this. Again, you might have to adjust this based on how long your rod is and yeah, exactly how many steps you put between the front section of your leader line and your main line. So I'm going to count till 5 meters, and a normal person can do something like this. Hold the tip in your finger, take it down to the shoulder, and that should be incredibly close to a meter. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. And cut. Now you take your step line. Now your step is at least 1 point in size smaller than your leader line. You're going to be using the knot that I showed you in the episode on knots. If you need to go and review that, go back to that. It's Chapter 1, Episode 1. You're going to be taking your leader line, and for revision purposes, I'm going to show you this. You're going to take your leader line, fold it back upon itself, put 2 fingers through and grab it so that you end up with something like that, rabbit ears, and you close it back on top of itself. Then your main line is going to be going through there. Okay, that's what I'm going to be showing you now. Oh, sorry, not your main line, your step line in this particular case. So there's your leader line. You probably won't be able to see it, but grab it, make my rabbit ears, fold it double, and then I take my step line, push it through there, pull tight on the leader line, and then my step line goes around the leader line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, put it through the back ear, back loop, and pull. Use copious of well-known human DNA lubricant, aka spit, and pull tight. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. You've just tied a step onto your leader line. Give it a bit of an ear, so if it pulls tight, it has something to pull back on. Clean your line off, and this is one of the places where you want to cut as close to the line as you want, especially here, because you don't want any gunk sticking out in there. And there you go, there's your knot. Alright, you've got your step line and your leader line tied together. Now, literally, I'm going to be cutting it off right there, and that's my step. That's the step length. Really, it's an A4 page long. It's like 21 centimeters. You're going to be wanting to make at least 10 leader lines. Alright, and that's what you end up going to the water with. So that if you break a leader line, all you do is you take out one of your spare ones, and there you go. So for storage purposes, what I do is I take the back end of the step and I do a little overhand knot. Well, I fold it double and do a little overhand knot in it. I will show you what that is for in a second. Right, so there you go, there's my step with a little overhand knot in it. Now, in the front part of your leader, you will be attaching a snap swivel. I'm using a big snap swivel here so that you can see it. Normally you would use a Kingfisher size 14 snap swivel. So you attach, and again, this is the swivel knot that I showed you in episode 1 of chapter 2. Apply a copious amount of spit. Pull tight. And cut off the tail. There you go. That, ladies and gentlemen, is your leader line. Now, for storage purposes, you will take a spool like this and you will start spooling these on. And when you get to the end of your step, you will take the beginning of your next leader and snap it in. This is so that you can store your leader lines effectively. Alright, I'm going to add this one to my repertoire here because it is actually a completed leader. There you go. Wrap it around, and that way you can store 20, 30 leaders, and you can see that I just made a leader in like, what, I don't even know how long, maybe 5 minutes, and that's, well, 10 minutes, and that would be because I'm actually talking while I'm doing this. When I'm being industrious and fast, you can do 20 of these in an hour, not even, and you can do it while you're watching TV. So there you go, leader nicely wrapped and stored and ready for use. How do you tie your leader onto your main line? Well, exactly the same way that you tied your step onto your leader. You attach the step to your main line, and there you go, you're ready. Done. Dusted. That is one more episode done. Our next episode is basically going to cover how you put your reel on your rod and how everything fits together with your leader on. It's going to be a very short episode because right after that you can go fishing. Honestly, after that you've listened enough to my voice and you should be able to go to a venue of your choice and go and enjoy a proper day's worth of fishing, knowing that you are fully prepared. So that's it for this episode then. I will see you in the next one. Ciao.